This episode of a mobile home makeover, we expand a pathway into a patio, build a stone wall, and see some local scenery. We're scouting out the creek for a possible floating adventure later. What do you think, Brooke?
It's gonna be fun.
Here's some video Deb shot as we floated down the river. That, to me, the blur on the right. And that's me again. That's my brother. One of the projects we had in mind for this visit is to expand the pathway we built last year into an actual patio. So I'm digging around here. I gotta take this down about 4 inches, 5 inches below the existing walkway. I've got this pretty well excavated. Now we're gonna need to go and get some sand. But of course, before that, we have to do some sightseeing. 3,500 right now? No, yeah. Almost 3,600.
Almost 36.
We climbed to the top of the mountain. We can see from the back porch of the house.
If you look at those yarrows, they're like, it's like a cluster of little daisies. So, long story short, I just like, all right, and so I sat right there and I did the whole call from the town.
Tiny.
That's beautiful.
The hills are alive. Yeah, whoa. Incredible. And then it was time to get back to work. So for the next step in the patio expansion project is getting a bunch of sand. For that I've come to this sand pit. A lot of this project was done on as little budget as possible, and this is a way to get free sand. Now that we have the load of sand, I'm just expanding this little digging smidge to get it to the right shape and make some room for the wall that's going to be here too. The sand has a lot of small rocks in it. We had to pick them out by hand basically. And we sorted out the bigger stones from the sand. Now that I've got all the bigger stones out, I'm kind of grading it, getting it to a point where I can lay down a stone next to it and the tops will match. You could use a screen, but we were not using that much sand, so we just did it by hand. Here, that rock is fairly a little bit below the grade, but this next one is a lot closer, so my grade is actually fairly close. Let's come up a bit. Now it's time to start laying them out in here. I have the first row started, and it's good to just work, out a little bit at a time, so that you don't have to like work into any awkward corners. And now I'm setting each stone, which is kind of difficult with such irregular stones. And I've got to basically just level out each one with taking away a little sand or adding a little sand under different parts. Now that you have the stones basically in there and level, you're going to sweep in some sand. Now, this is for a rustic look. If you're going to go for a more finished look, you want to start out with sifted sand. With food shot. It's the last of Deb's rhubarb strawberry pie. Now I'm starting to build a little bit of a retaining wall through here. Just outlining it with some stone, then I'll backfill it with smaller stones. A little bit of progress. I still need to scavenge up a few capstones, but it's pretty much filling in. So it was time for some more sightseeing and rock hunting.
Nice. Oh, really? What do you think? So Jake told me that we're in consideration for some grants that may allow us to buy our own.
Yeah, they're putting in.
But the geology of this spot?
I really don't know much about it.
Is that the ski hill? Or is that 29? Holy. Dude, this is like Rattlesnake Ledge. Awesome.
Holy shit!
Oh,
Holy
dude,
shit!
Okay, this is. Nobody get near me because I'm.
Holy
I'm
shit!
very afraid of
Holy shit, it's
right.
Don't go near your head.
No, this is it for me.
Wow. Oh, there's late. There's.
Yikes. That's intense.
Yeah. In right outside Seattle, in the town of North Bend. So if you're ever going to your daughters, right before you.
Those are 2 kayaks way down there. Yeah, a little more progress. Top's still not quite done.
Look at how we are now. Everybody's okay.
Well, this one that was for sale got maybe getting worked on. It got turned into RV parking, outbuildings. After living with this for a few days, I've decided that I'm not quite happy with the shape. I want maybe it to be flatter across the top. It's fooled me right here. This right here is a ripe raspberry. It's I guess a yellow raspberry. It's good too. Wallace, stay with me. Well, I think this is looking a little bit better. Got a more smooth surface across the top and kind of squared off the ends. Now I'm going to dig this dirt from behind, backfill it. Here it is, backfilled. Well, there's still a little bit of a dip right here, but overall I think that's looking much better. Hey, Bill. What do you think of the new wall, Bill? Oh, yeah. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Tune in next time for some adventures under the house.